everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having a very nice day today. Today I'm once again going through r/antiMLM as per usual, except this time I have my recently adopted cat lying in my lap, which is very nice, although now I can't feel my legs because he's been laying in my lap for about an hour now, so I'll get up when he gets up. Those are the rules. So anyways, while I'm dealing with that, let's just get right into the video. You're poor because you choose to be poor. Now join my team. Nail Shilling Hun. And this is from Red Aspen, and I don't think I've ever covered Red Aspen on my channel before, so this should be interesting. You're not actually stuck in your financial situation. You're choosing to stay stuck in your financial situation. Now this is interesting, because I am speaking from the perspective of somebody who has been in many financial situations, most of them not very good. Somebody who grew up in a household where money was often a struggle, you know? This person sounds like she has never gone through any type of money trouble, because you don't choose to be poor. You don't choose to have like an unstable income. It's really frustrating to hear people talk like this, because it's very clear that they haven't experienced poverty or an unstable income, or, you know, just struggling financially. And coming from the perspective of somebody who grew up into that, it's incredibly, it just makes me feel gross inside knowing that there's people who would blame me or my family for our financial struggles, when in reality it's just life sometimes. And honestly, it's just the system isn't really built to help poor people, if we're being quite honest. Like, the system has literally been built against people in poverty and people who've like struggled financially. And so to just kind of blame the people that are struggling for the situations that they're in, it just kind of feels like a deflection of blame from, you know, the real issues that you don't want to talk about, to just, oh, like, it's your fault. Like, it's your fault that you're poor, sorry. And also, your, like, Nail MLM or whatever is not going to help people out of poverty. Like, it's not the solution to a financial situation. Like, me joining Red Aspen, or any MLM for that matter, is more likely than not going to make my financial situation worse, because statistically most people in MLMs lose their money, so it's definitely not going to help me in that respect. The title reads, "Educate Yourself," and it's tagged with Arbonne. Seriously, I have no time for that anymore. I'm not explaining it again. Educate yourself. Network marketing is a $200 billion industry. It's the business model of the 21st century. Arbonne is the top 5 B Corps and the #1 global company for health and wellness, starting from the inside. Why wouldn't I align myself with this terrific company? I'm smart and I'm brave. Why not join me? And then the very much Facebook-y meme says, when someone asks if Arbonne is a pyramid scheme. So, anyways, first of all, just because a company is a 200, or just because a business structure or whatever is a $200 billion industry does not mean that it's necessarily good. I mean, there's a bunch of really massive corporations that are literally terrible. Like, take a look at Nestle or Coca-Cola. I think Kellogg's workers are currently on strike, so, you know, take that as you will. I don't know exactly what their net worths are, but I would assume that it's pretty high, considering they own most brands at the grocery store. I don't know. I don't think that Arbonne is the #1 global company for health and wellness, but I'll look it up, I guess. Okay, so it actually turns out that that's Herbalife, their literal competitor. And I'm not saying that that's good, because I also hate Herbalife. But yeah, there you have it, I guess. I guess you're not the number one global company for health and wellness. So sorry about it, but whatever. Hun accidentally thieves her fish. Thieves' cleaner has clove in it, which fish owners use to euthanize their fish. This beta could potentially die from this mistake. Oh my god, I'm about to get mad. Feel like an asshole. I just did a 75% water change with deep gravel vac because our snail passed and he was just a poop machine. It is a 10 gal with just a beta fish. Stupid me went to grab a kitchen sponge to wipe on spots and algae on the inside of the tank, and I accidentally grabbed the sponge I used thieves cleaner with. I used to wash my walls. I used prime and a stress coat. She seems to keep at surface and is very still. She's alive, but is there anything I can do, or are the odds of her passing during the night high? We got her in April. So, I'm not a fish owner, and I've never owned fish, but I think that we can use this as an example to say that when it comes to animals, to just be extremely careful of what you allow in their environment, whether they're a cat or a dog or a fish or a guinea pig or any, like a rabbit or any other kind of pet that you might have, and also to do extensive research as to what can hurt them or kill them, because there are a lot of things that you wouldn't think of, you know. I'm sure that there are a lot of young living people who would think that cleaning a fish tank with thieves is totally fine and not know that, you know, I don't know if this is with all fish, but with betta fish, that cloves, which is in thieves, can kill them. So you need to be really careful of that when it comes to having an animal, and you'll just need to always, always, always be really cautious about what you feed your animal or what you have in your house that could potentially be, you know, an allergen or potentially lethal. For example, like cats are very allergic to lilies. Like if they eat like a lily or if they get the pollen on them, they can get really sick and even die. And it's kind of similar with chocolate and dogs. Like dogs are allergic to chocolate. So you just need to be really mindful of what you allow, you know, to be around your pets, because there are a lot of things that you wouldn't think would be lethal to your pets. So hopefully the fish was okay, but by the sounds of things, it might very well have passed away. And if that is the case, then hopefully that this person learned from their lesson and will be very careful about what she cleans her fish's tank with. My cousin, an anti-vaccinated Arbonne rep, did not like my Instagram story. God, don't we just love the anti-vax extended family members? Eek. Just for context, I zoomed in on the meme in question, so it's quite fuzzy, but, you know, it is the classic Drake meme, rigorously researched, life-sparing, FDA-approved vaccine, or some health supplement produced by a multi-level marketing scheme. Personally, I would choose the one above, but that's just me. Cigarettes are also FDA approved and a lot of other shitty things. The supplements I have been taking, nice, since before March of last year, I believe helped me stay healthy when the vaccine wasn't available or even made yet, while I was in COVID patients' rooms while the rest of the world was in quarantine in their homes. So yeah, just a personal choice and opinion. I take my MLM supplements versus a higher chance of having heart problems and other symptoms from the vaccine than actually contracting COVID. But keep listening to the mainstream media, maybe start listening to people who actually worked during the whole pandemic in the hospitals. With a passive-aggressive smiley face. I have a lot to say, but let's just see what the OP had to say first. Hi, I've heard a lot of pleas from ICU nurses and doctors begging people to get vaccinated because the hospitals are still getting overrun by unvaccinated people. Being vaccinated and pro supplements is possible. It's not one or the other, it can be both. It's no mystery the MLM model is predatory and preys on women with little return. Those who do succeed are largely successful because they have a base of people at the bottom of their pyramid floundering. I'm very for the vaccine and anti-MLM. I don't think we'll see eye to eye on this. Freedom of choice is fine and dandy. Happy to be married to someone who fights for people's freedoms. But vaccines work. I respect those who are willing to take the small risk of adverse effects for the proven health larger population. I think they meant proven health of the larger population, but whatever. So obviously I agree with the OP, and I'm hoping that you guys do too, because if not, you might want to work on that a little bit. But anyway, I think it's interesting that there's kind of a big correlation between anti-vaxxers and being in an MLM, especially health MLMs, but with other MLMs as well. I mean, we saw the people in Paparazzi and Monet completely throw away any kind of caution when it comes to, the current situation when they went to their huge conventions, and they, tried to defend that by just being anti-mask and anti-vax in general. So I don't know. I think it's interesting that there's such a crossover between the two quite problematic communities. And I think honestly a lot of it is that there is such a culture of misinformation in both of them, where people are just being flat out lied to, but they make the lie sound just convincing enough for people to believe it, and just ridiculous enough for people on the outside to be like, what? So, I don't know. I think that there's a lot of not just misinformation being spread, but I think that when it comes to a lot of anti-vaxxers, they're just willfully ignorant. They don't try to research anything with any type of unbiased look on things. And I know that, a lot of them will make the argument that pro-vax people don't either, but I think a lot of us just kind of take for granted that we don't have smallpox anymore because of vaccines, we don't, like, diseases that used to be deadly 100 years ago are minuscule now because of vaccines. So I think that for a lot of us, that's proof enough. But if you do want to do your own research on how vaccines work, I promise it's not hard. I've done it myself, and it was not difficult at all. So, I think that these people just don't want to be bothered and are so stuck in their own ways that it would take a lot for them to get out of this belief system that they're currently in, which is very unfortunate. But I think that people who believe in ridiculous stuff like this are very stubborn in their beliefs, and they don't want to be wrong. And nobody wants to be wrong. So I guess I understand, but it's still very aggravating. So there was some insight in the comments, as there always are. Someone commented, cigarettes aren't FDA approved, which, as you might remember, the girl said that they were, which is, not true. Like 90% of things people like this believe is verifiably false. And then someone else responded, yeah, I went to see how this could be true, and the website for the FDA states that they regulate tobacco products and give health statistics, not that they are FDA approved in any way, and they provide the link. Just to be clear, there is a difference between regulation and approval. The FDA does not approve of tobacco products, but they do regulate them just to make sure that tobacco companies aren't putting all kinds of weird stuff in there. So I guess be grateful for that, my fellow Americans. Thoughts? Is this manipulation? And it's tagged with Vic Beauty, which I've never heard of. You know what I don't get? People who are entirely against MLM companies because of the pyramid scheme mindset. Why does everything have to be a mindset with these people? Pyramid schemes are not a mindset. They're literally illegal. Do you think that murder is a mindset? Or like dealing drugs? Like, It's weird. Anyways, is there not a chain of command in every non-MLM company as well? Are there not hiring bonuses paid to employees for onboarding another employee? Yeah, there are in some jobs, but you're not hired to find people to also join your job when you're working a job, because that's not how jobs work. Like, yeah, if your job needs another person and you have a friend and you're like, oh, hey, like, do you want to work here? Like, we need new people. And they're like, yeah, sure, I can do that. And they join. That's not a pyramid scheme. That's just you helping your friend find another place. And your purpose at that job isn't to hire or recruit other people to join your job. Your job is whatever your I feel like I'm a broken record at this point. That doesn't make any sense. And anyway, there are some jobs that don't have that anyways. So does that mean that jobs that don't have a bonus for helping them hire people, does that mean that they're not a pyramid scheme? But the jobs that do are, in which case you're like very much a pyramid scheme because MLMs are very dependent on recruiting other people to join. Just wondering. And also, yes, and they're bleh. I'm like so flabbergasted that I can't even speak. Is there not a chain of command in every non-MLM company as well? Yes, there usually is a chain of command in a job. You know, there's a person on the top, and then there's a couple of people under him, or her, I guess, you know, whatever, under them. But the difference is depending on what job it is that you're joining, no matter what it is that you do join or get hired into, I shouldn't say join, that sounds like you're joining an MLM. No matter what you get hired into, you are guaranteed pay. For example, I've worked at 2 places in my short lifetime. In both jobs, I was very obviously guaranteed pay because they are jobs. Now, both of them were part-time, so it wasn't like an extensive amount of money, but, you know, still money. I got paid, even though, you know, it wasn't a lot, but that was because, you know, I was working part-time, and I was also a teenager, so, you know, whatever. When you join an MLM, you have to give them money before you can even think about making money yourself. You have to earn back your money somehow, probably by recruiting other people. So that's what I don't understand with these posts that are like, oh, but your job is an MLM. Girl, no, it absolutely is not. Do you think that when I joined, I keep saying joined, do you think that when I got hired for both of my jobs, do you think I got an email asking for $25? No, I did not. I started working there, and they paid me to work there. I didn't have to pay to work there. I get paid to work there. It's not revolutionary. It's been going on for a very long time. Well, that was a rant and a half. Anyways, let's continue. The only difference I see is I get to sit at home with my kids, set my own hours with zero limits as to how much I can possibly make. We're not just here to make one man's pocket larger. No. We're supporting people we know and love at the same time helping them support their own families. You see, you're not paying for a third grade? I don't know why I said third grade. You're not paying for a third private jet or another vacation by supporting another SAHM. I don't know what that means, but okay. You're paying for a little boy's football registration or maybe their grocery and or gas for the week. Once again, I disagree. I mean, who's surprised? I know that with MLMs, the work from home aspect is very tempting, and I don't think that work from home jobs are bad by any stretch, because I think that they're good, and I think more people should be allowed to work from home, especially if they have children, or if they're disabled, or have chronic illness, or anything like that. I think that that's a great option for them, but, yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with working from home. But I think the difference here is that when it comes to MLMs, you're not... I don't think that these people are quite as present in their kids' lives as they want to be, even when they're in their MLM, because there's this constant need to go, 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 post, 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 do this, do that, recruit so-and-so, message so-and-so, buy this because you're not reaching your points for the month and you won't rank up, and you got to do this and do that, and oh, you have to buy 5 pieces of whatever because your upline needs to, you know what I mean? There's just this constant need to be present in the company instead of being present with, your family like you were told that you would be. And also, I find it interesting that they're saying that they're not here to make one man's pocket larger. I don't know whether the CEO for Vic Beauty is a man or a woman, or neither. I don't really think it matters. There's still one person at the very top, the CEO, that by supporting the company, you make them richer. I'm not saying that that's bad or good. I'm just saying that that's just the way it is. I mean, like, if you buy from Walmart, you're supporting whatever the name of Walmart CEO is. Like, that's just how it is. Again, I'm not saying that it's bad or good. I'm just saying that that's just literally how buying from places works. And, if you buy from said company from a distributor, I don't really think that you're helping them that much, because MLMs mostly thrive off of recruitment and not that much off of sales. So while, yeah, buying from somebody might help them, in the long run, it's not really going to do that much for them, because they're going to keep investing the money that they earn into the business, and it might not give them that money back. I'm not here to argue. I come in peace. Just some food for thought in case someone needed to hear this. ... Ear emoji, speak emoji, and then in all caps, be kind. Well, I regret to inform you that I did come here to argue. So, I would apologize, but I'm not really that sorry. As to the OP's original question of, is this manipulation? I don't know. I'm not well enough versed in manipulation to say whether it is or not. I do think that they are definitely speaking some misinformation here. I think that the section about not, like, for example, the section about buying from somebody to support them instead of, like, a haughty rich person, is definitely misinformation, because I'm sure that the person who owns Vic Beauty is probably quite wealthy, although I'm not sure, because I've not done enough research on Vic Beauty to say whether they are or not. But I don't know if that would necessarily count as manipulation. I'm not really sure. So I guess my answer would be no ... question mark. Well, anyways, this has been a long one, so I think I should probably end it here. There is a blue jay directly out my window that's making loud noises, so I don't know if you can hear it, but I apologize. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a like, and maybe subscribe if you feel like it. If you don't feel like it, that's totally okay. If you disliked the video, then you can hit the dislike button, because I don't know if you know this, but it actually works, and it can let people know whether or not people enjoyed the video. So, yeah. Let me know your feelings in the comments down below, again, if you want to. And I'll hopefully see you in the next video. So, yeah, I'll see you guys later. Peace out.